Goes into the confidence too. Like you plan and you practice makes perfect. So you're a little more confident when you step out there as opposed to just bracing the unknown. But it's beauty in that too. So that's what I'm learning to do. Just kind of, it's okay if you don't know exactly how it's gonna turn out. But you gotta have faith in yourself that it's gonna turn out for your betterment. So a good match for me, just me personally.
Yeah.
I would say someone that is, well, one, level-headed, not easily persuade or influence, because it's so much new things, new technologies, new trends. So I kind of want someone that is concrete in themselves and their vision and whatever makes them happy, so that they're not just hopping on the next wave. Money comes and goes, so I'm not like a big, she has to make this much money to deal with me type,
So would you be comfortable getting married to somebody who made 1/4 of what you made without a prenup?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if it was legit, I feel like it was like really like if it was really destined to get married, then yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Because my efforts and how I think my good habits are going to rub off on her, so that's going to create her a new lane to, inspire herself to get the money that she wants for herself. But I'm gonna make sure we get in it regardless. Also, someone that has like a good moral compass. She ain't got to be a nun or nothing like that, but ultimately know what's right, what's wrong.
So how much does spirituality weigh in? Does spirituality weigh in as much as finances in your relationship? Like,
oh yeah, so spirituality is even higher than finances for me. Like it's like top 3 for me.
okay.
Because that kind of goes back to knowing yourself and believing, not just following anything. I want you to have that concrete, like that foundation in your life, because spirituality for me is very important. It's kind of driven me to the point where I'm at now. So I would like to be able to connect with someone on that same level. I'm not saying they have to be like a Christian or a Muslim. I'm not going to define, a religion, but I would like for them to believe in a higher power and have like their own relationship, whatever that looks like, and be working to actively improve that as like a voice of reason and things like that. Even when I'm not there, and they can rely on that spiritual side of themselves. But we are spiritual beings, I feel like.
So you need that spirituality,
Yeah.
and you and your partner for a real connection.
Or even the pursuit to learn their spiritual side. They don't have to know it all now, but at least be willing and open to explore that side. And also someone that's able to listen and take constructive criticism. I'm not going to steer you wrong, but if I say this, do this, for the betterment of yourself, I think you should be able to listen and take that into consideration.
That go both ways?
Yeah, that goes both ways. Yeah, take the ego out of the situation.
Take the ego out of the situation.
Look at society, like this is a ego-driven society that we live in. I feel like everyone's running off ego. They want to see how I benefit from this situation. No one wants to be, at the bottom of the totem pole. They want to be, if not number one, very close to it. So they're always trying to assert themselves at, the top. And I feel like that's all ego. But if you remove that, you'll be more receptive to learn and see your flaws.
So do you think that a newly engaged couple as yourself, or even one that's married, do you think that they would benefit or should seek counseling outside of themselves? And this is not necessarily because there's any problem with the relationship, just as two beings coming together. Do you think that therapy or counseling is a benefit?
Yeah, I think so. So I would recommend that people do counseling by themselves, and then when they take that step, do like couples counseling or marriage counseling, something like that. Because like even on the counseling individual, yeah, you may have some friends that you can consult with, but they're always going to take your side. They're not going to give you that honest truth, like, you know.
So yeah, that's an interesting thing that you said. People should get counseling as an individual before they even get with somebody. Is that a way of recognizing your own baggage and what you may be bringing or not bringing to the table?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like it gives you that outside point of view of yourself. You know, something that you may not be able to see, but someone else can point it out to you, and they don't have that biased opinion. So it's not jaded.
Right. I think a lot of times we do walk around with our rose-colored glasses, and we're the best versions of ourselves in our minds, but not necessarily outwardly to the rest of the world. So speaking of better selves, and this is a little bit off topic, but because I got you in the chair and it's relevant to nowadays, I need to ask you, what are your views on Sexxy Red?
Okay.
I mean, that's a very broad question, so let me.
No, I get it. I get the question. I'm just trying to be. So, I think there, as much as people want to argue, I think there is like she has some talent, you know.
She has some talent?
Because she made it to this far, this platform, like whether it's her marketing strategy, her rapping abilities, her looks, sex appeal, you know, something has got her to this point.
Right, she definitely has a fan base.
Yeah, then a fan base too. So I think she's able to be trendy. But as far as like her message,
so that's the point. So now you're recently engaged. Let's say you have a kid in a couple years. Mm-hmm. Would you want your 4-year-old daughter listening to Sexxy Red?
Oh no. No, I can't do that. My wife listened to it. It wouldn't affect her, and it's probably gonna, like, if we're dealing with each other, it's probably gonna, you know, turn her up on the, you know.
Right.
But I don't think she's not gonna change her mind and go be the next Sexxy Red or something like that.
Yeah, no, I definitely get it. I agree that, you know, as adults we can process music, we can process messages with a lot more maturity than young people, you know, so it definitely won't be detrimental to your fiance to listen to Sexxy Red. Because number one, and this is with everybody, we can choose to turn it off if we want. You know, we can change the station, we can do whatever it is. Unless we're in a club where they're playing it, we can turn off the music. Question being though, and this is the thing, like, we live in a time where getting to the bag is the main objective. Making money, right? Mm-hmm. But does it matter how you make your money?
I think so. That's why I was going back to that moral compass thing. Like, every dollar you make ain't a good dollar. You know,
right?
Sometimes it could drain you more than it helps you. It could take you in the opposite direction.
So going back to your day, you got engaged on Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. That morning when you woke up, how did you feel? Were you nervous at all?
Oh yeah, I was, cause I had already knew I was gonna do it. I just didn't know when.
Right.
But you know, we was talking about some things, discussing it, and the more we started talking, the more confirmation I got. I was just like, okay, well.
Without her knowing, she was answering questions for you. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it was like the interview, but
right,
it was
right. But you were just
final
getting down to the bottom of things.
Yeah.
Was there anything in particular that stuck out about your fiance that made you say, "Oh yeah, this is the one"?
I would say the fact that like her drive, you know, I like that. I don't know, maybe it's a Capricorn in me. I'm always running, doing, you know, about my business, you know. So I like people.
Who are like-minded.
Yeah, like-minded, and yeah, I like people that if I'm not running the lead, they'll gladly do the same, you know, or they got their own motion going.
Right.
You know, so I like that drive. So I know that they'll help me not to be complacent and make me a better version of me.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. And I'm gonna send you a link to my homeboy's little EP. It's called PCP, Pain Club President, by official Chris Gray. All original music. Super dope. Super talented dude. From New York. He's in I think Delaware now. But just dope, man. 1 second, I'm sorry. Hey, babe.